And so today, this is our first in our series where we actually wanted to bring on a small business owner. And so I have Nick here with me from this boutique. And we're so excited because we're going to be featuring different small business owners. And I thought, since Meredith is getting ready to start a women's fashion boutique, you know, what a better way of being able to do that than to talk to somebody who's been through that journey. And so if you have questions, go ahead and type those down live below. Meredith can see those as well, and we can bring those into the discussion. And so with that, we're going to welcome Nick.
Thanks very much, guys. Hi.
Hi, Nick.
Good to meet you.
Hi, it's nice to virtually meet you.
I know, great. We call that nice to e-meet you. I don't know if it's good. People say it.
E-meet you. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. We're so excited to have you on here. I'm excited to be able to ask you some questions.
Yeah, it was cool hearing you talked about how the logo design went and how you thought about the people you want your brand to be associated with. So like me and my girlfriend Shanice, who is actually the main owner here day to day with our two little dogs. Our dogs are with us every single day. So that's the one thing about having a physical store versus an online. So I can't wait to talk about that stuff with you.
Yeah, I have a ton of fun questions that I can't wait to ask you. So first of all, are y'all doing anything today for Small Business Saturday?
We actually are continuing on from yesterday, which was Black Friday. And so I come from the online marketing side, and I'm prepped, I'm ready. Like we have sales ready to go. And I was like, babe, what do we got going? She goes, oh, like, you know, a couple sale racks. And I was like, no, we need to think about this. Like, what are your margins? Where are we moving with it? And so she made sure that right up front, right when you walk in, I wish you could see it because our store is really cute. I think you'd find a couple pieces that you like.
Really?
Right up front, we have our sales rack. So we are going to continue with Small Business Saturday as more of like, if you buy over X amount, you receive like a free scarf or you receive a free plain graphic tee.
Awesome. That's so fun. Well, I hope that goes well for y'all. I know it's earlier over there on the West Coast, so I'm not sure if any of that has started yet, but hope it goes well later on today. So I also wanted to ask you kind of how your store came to be and where the name comes from and what the story behind this store is.
Yeah, no problem. So it was interesting. I told Vince that we have a kind of a unique story. So Shanice ended up going to school in San Francisco, and she really wanted to be a part of the fashion industry, mainly a buyer, right? So if you wanted to be a buyer at Nordstrom's or one of the big boys, you have to go through like their process, and it takes a while to get your foot in the door. Her first role after she wanted to be a buyer was she actually worked for TMZ, and she was writing about the stories, writing about all the fashion, and she's like, babe, I love this stuff, but I want to be in it. I want to do it. I was like, well, just start your own thing. And she goes, like, kind of question you have, like, well, how? Like, where do I go first? And I was like, oh, website. Me being my marketer self, it goes, get that website up. So then we went through all the logo design, and he talked a little bit about Fiverr and those marketplaces. And we actually used Fiverr on our logo, and I'll be able to take a picture and post it in the comments below. But we went to Fiverr. Shanice expressed the name Brick Market Boutique. It came from an English street that she really, really loved, which was like Brick Lane in England. And she said, okay, Brick Market, it's a little upscale where we are in Anaheim Hills. The demographic is a little older. We still have a good mix of the younger, but our income levels are right where we would like them. So obviously we have to tailor our name to where we are demographically located. And we stuck with that. We went on, again, sorry, backtrack. We didn't necessarily know we'd have a physical location at that time, but she did like the fact that Brick Market Boutique did sound a little more upscale. As soon as we got the online store, we figured we don't really know what's going to sell, what's not going to sell. So took some pictures, put it up there, not much traffic. And I'm telling her, like, we need to market it. She goes, well, not yet. Let's just have the store. So she used the website as, I guess, her digital business card, if you will. And we started actually going to not trade shows. We started going to swap meets. There's a really, really famous one called the Rose Bowl Flea Market. And so every third Saturday, every third Sunday, we'd go at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. Our two big trucks come in there, unload all of our racks, and we'd just be selling, just her and I, trying to get it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Right.
Talk about starting from nowhere and then working up to where y'all are now. That's so cool. And I was kind of going to ask you, so I guess it started online and now you've moved into having a physical storefront. And what have the differences been there? Do you prefer one or the other?
So I like online just because you can reach so many different people. It's unlimited to how many people you can reach, right? So when you're online, you can choose an item that you want and put it up there and see if how the market reacts to it. Whereas as you have a physical store, I mean, we have inventory, right? So we sit on inventory, and she's great at picking her clothes. She knows what our market likes at this time. But when we started, we're actually really close. December 16th is our 1 full year of being an actual physical business. So,
wow.
But before that, we didn't know necessarily, like, okay, are these graphics going to work? Are these jeans going to work? Are the moms and daughters coming in actually going to want to buy it? And that's in the physical side of it. So it's a little nerve-wracking when she has like new releases or when she goes buys in LA. But online, if she has a question, she puts it up, posts a couple Instagram pictures, maybe drive a little bit of paid media. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you kind of just take down the image.
Yeah, that's so cool, because right now I'm looking and starting just online. I'm still in school, so I don't really have time to man a storefront on my own. But it's cool to hear that it is possible to transition into a storefront, and that y'all have been able to successfully do that for a year now.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I think the biggest question about like transitioning is like growing that fan base and understanding, because you talked about like your mood board and what you like, because it's your brand, so you're expressing yourself, right? So you express yourself and what you feel, and so in that it's going to come in your clothes, your logos, your words, and all that's online. That's just going to transition to your physical store, right? Because you have your own opinions and your feel about your style and what other people would like, and in the physical store, it's just another extension of what your online is.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. You can kind of create like a little environment just within your store of what your brand represents. That's cool. So I guess one last question I have for you. This has been so helpful. I've been so inspired just talking to you. One question, what would your biggest piece of advice be to someone like me who's hoping to one day open a fashion boutique?
Oh, gosh. Don't hire anybody first. Do it yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Don't be afraid to hire a boy to sell, because when boys sell, they're honest. And I'm speaking from experience, because sometimes Shanice, as a store owner, they ask her like, "Oh, does this look good?" And she says yes, and they go, "You're just trying to sell me on that." When a boy's a little different, because we'll kind of tell you exactly how we feel. Like, maybe not that one. How about this one, right? That's on the physical side. Online, I think, is the imagery. Like your photos, everything is so visual, and since they can't physically touch it and know the material, the more descriptive, the better the images, the more of the, I guess, experience you can show them online is really going to let them understand, like, okay, maybe this piece is for me.
Okay, that's awesome. I have a younger brother, and sometimes he's a little bit interested in what all I'm doing in the business. So maybe one day if I open a store, I'll have to have his help with selling some things.
Oh, please. He'll love it. It's just the mingling. It's just the talking. And if they want to buy, they want to buy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for coming in. I think this is all the time we're going to have for questions today. We've been going for a while now, but I really appreciate it so much. And for all of y'all watching, we hope that y'all enjoyed this broadcast today, learned some about how to create a logo, how to do your branding, and then also if you're looking into starting anything within the fashion industry, hopefully this conversation here with Nick was also helpful and inspiring to y'all as well. So again, if you're new here, be sure you follow our Facebook page and like us. We broadcast live at 10 a.m. every Saturday morning. That's 10 a.m. Central Time and 8 a.m. Pacific Time. And also, we created a YouTube channel. So if you're interested in watching back any of our old episodes, you can go check that out. We'll have the link to that down below. And again, we hope you all enjoyed this. Again, thank you, Nick, so much for coming. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we will talk to y'all next week. Bye, everyone.